everyone has an opinion about Canadian federal politics.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a point of order, but first days are tough for everyone. I understand that. So we have Liberal members who are saying that they don't just want to bring members of the public before the committee, but they're going to vote for an amendment that does that. That seems really weird. Just like they say one thing and do another.
Hey gang, what's up? Just Aaron right here, Question Period Canada. We've got Ethics Committee. People are looking for Randy Beausoleil. Notably in this video, Mike Barrett is looking for Randy Beausoleil. He's the Minister of Employment, and what a scandal he has on the go. Doesn't sound like he's gonna pull it off. These Liberals are trying to get in the way. Pam Damoff is a part of this committee. Ikra Khalid is a part of this committee, so there will be points of order. Let's take a look at if they're going to get to the bottom of another Trudeau cabinet scandal, this NDP Liberal coalition government. I think it's winding down, guys. Maybe not in time for summer, but we're going to be looking at this again in the fall. Anyways, we're going to look at round one, Mike Barrett hunting down Randy Beausoleil. Randy Beausoleil, you fool. Let's take a peek. Mike Barrett, let's go.
I have Mr. Barrett. Go ahead, Mr. Barrett, please. On the amendments.
Yeah, so on the amendment that takes out the other Randy, the subject of great interest, this other Randy, and the Gowrie Group. So I guess the curiosity that I have is members opposite, Liberal members, have said that they don't want to drag citizens in front of the committee, but these two people are certainly citizens. And the 50% of the amendment removes other Randy. So what is the protection of this other individual that they're looking to achieve? So we have someone who's named in this in these texts, Randy, working at Randy Boissonnault's company. And when Mr. Anderson was asked if there was another Randy, he said that he did work with one, but he wouldn't say what their name was, but that they were head of logistics. It's highly suspicious, to say the least, that that Randy Boissonnault owns 50% of this company, but can't tell us who the other Randy is that works for him at a small company, and his partner, his co-founder, also won't say who other Randy is. And it strikes me as a bit disingenuous, to say the least, that the Liberal members are saying, well, we don't just we're not just.
Chair.
Go ahead on your point of order.
Thanks, Chair. I'll remind the member that this amendment was not moved by Liberal members. It was moved by Bloc members.
That's not a point of order. Go ahead, Mr. Barrett.
So I'm happy to reacquaint members with what procedure and practice says, and that's not a point of order. But first days are tough for everyone. I understand that. So we have Liberal members who are saying that they don't just want to bring members of the public before the committee, but they're going to vote for an amendment that does that. That seems really weird. Just like they say one thing and do another quite often. Like they say that, well, Canada has the strictest, most stringent conflict of interest rules. Yeah, they break those rules all the time. It's a cabinet of serial lawbreakers. They routinely break the law and then say, well, we broke the law, we got caught, we'll move on. They just completely disregard the rules. And in this case, it seems like they're looking for the same thing to be accepted, that, the minister comes before committee, yeah, I'll give you all my phone records. Okay, I'll accept that we got all the phone records from the minister if he only has one cell phone. If he writes to the clerk and says, yep, I do commit that I only have one cell phone, and that's why I only gave you records for one cell phone. I don't possess one. I haven't used another one since I've been minister. Well, maybe. But again, I don't believe that this is it. He gave us some call records and then said, well, not only that, I couldn't have used it because I was in lockdown. They keep saying they're in lockdown. There was no lockdown. They were in a meeting and their phones were in a box outside the meeting. And when they took breaks and when they had their lunch, they took their phones out of the box. And it's ridiculous. They're trying to say one thing when they know another thing to be true. So my question to all members, to my colleagues in the other opposition parties as well, would be, what satisfaction can we get with respect to the question of the other Randy? So would a sub-amendment that had GHI provide a complete list of their staff names, or specifically just the name of their head of logistics whose first name is Randy, would they be amenable to that? That we don't need to hear from other Randy, we just need confirmation of other Randy's existence, and then to hear from Minister Boissonnault's partner. Is that an amendment, a sub-amendment that would be well received by them? Because then that, of course, achieves the stated, well, part of the stated goal of the Liberals, who said they don't want to bring individuals before the committee, even though they're still going to support this amendment that calls for two, just not other Randy. So far we've only had one Randy come before committee, and it's most likely that he is in fact the other Randy. But let's have the discussion about having Global Health Imports provide to the committee in writing the first and last name of this individual. I think that will answer a number of questions. Of course, it's not wholly satisfactory. This individual should come before the committee. That's why it's in the motion that was put forward. But I think that it gets us part of the way there. And I'm a big compromise guy, so let's compromise on that. And so I'm curious if that would find favor with the other opposition members, because though Liberal members may vote for the amendment, the indication is that they may vote against the main motion. So let's find something that satisfies our obligation as the opposition in terms of accountability. To my colleagues in the other opposition parties, would you support a sub-amendment, or on passing the amendment, amending the motion to have GHI, Global Health Initiatives, Mr. Anderson and Mr. Boissonnault's company, provide the full name of the head of logistics who is styled as other Randy?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Barrett. I'm not hearing you propose that as a sub-amendment, but I do have a list. I had Mr. Brock and then Mr. Green right after. So, Mr. Brock.
Hey gang, so there we go, another wild and crazy committee video. We always get to see the best here. Larry Brock, Shannon Stubbs, Rick Perkins, Michael Barrett, Michael Cooper, Melissa Lanceman, Josh Rush, Halon. There's a long list, guys. I just mentioned only a few of the names. These committee videos, guys, are wild. We'll be covering Canadian federal politics, sharing that with you. Like, subscribe, share, get notified, all those fun things. Leave a comment. I do love the comments. That's it. We'll be back with more information to share and probably another committee video or two coming down the pipes. Remember to like and subscribe. It does help. My name's Aaron. This is Question Period Canada. Catch you next video. Thank you for watching this one.